we know now, I just explained it before, who Godwyn is. Godwyn is the first demigod to die. He then became, because he was only killed in spirit, his body was not killed. He then became the Prince of Death. And it says that he was then buried underneath the Erdtree capital, which is the capital that we actually visited a couple of episodes ago. So we know that this is not himself, because obviously this isn't underneath the Erdtree capital, but it's almost like he's spreading, like the Prince of Death is spreading throughout the lands. And this is essentially, we don't know what this is. We don't know for sure what it is, but it looks just like the Prince of Death. We'll see him later on in the game as well, the actual Prince of Death, and we'll actually visit him. But this looks just like him in a lot of ways. So I believe, this is my thought, that the Prince of Death is buried down deep underneath the Erdtree capital, and he's spreading out, causing Deathroot to come up in some areas. We've already seen Seathwater Village. We've seen the Deathroot popping up there. So it's almost like the Prince of Death is like a cancer in itself, and he's spreading throughout all the lands. And this is where you actually see, because we're so deep down underneath the castle, that he is emerging in a different spot. And there's actually a blood stain here that we can actually touch and see that it's our friend Rogier, the NPC that we talked to yesterday, and he died. He died. So, yeah. Now, he is a Tarnished like us, so it's not like he's dead for good, but something definitely happened to him there. And if you actually get affected by death, and death is an actual, in this game, it's a status buildup. And when you die, you actually make this, you have this animation when you die. And thorns and stuff come up from the ground and sprout through you and hold you up in the air. So it's the same sort of animation, but you can also see that it's almost like tentacles are reaching out away from the face and sort of growing into the walls. And you can see it's growing like a tree, and thorns everywhere. And then as you start to explore, you can almost see why the outside of the castle is almost bursting in spots. It's almost like pustules, like a cancer. So that's my favorite theory, is that in fact the holes in the wall of the castle are not from a siege, they're not from Radon, but in fact they are essentially a pustule that is popped, or almost like cancer. So given enough time, you would think that this whole place will end up just essentially just like that thing down there. And you actually get a better view of it from up here too. See eyes and a nose. And now we have the longest ladder in all of history. So way down here in the bowels of the castle, a lot of people might miss this and never know that it was here, or just come here and look at it and go, what the fuck is that? And then sort of leave it at that and be like, okay, and never think any more of it. But it has links to the larger story, not direct links, but almost like you can see the effects of what might happen across the entire land if we don't succeed in what we're doing. So what we're doing is much deeper than just what it is at the surface level. We need to gather up runes in order to do the thing. It's deeper than that. And now we actually come back out at the very top of the castle, or in the same area where we can see the portrait of Godwyn. Or Godfrey, I'm sorry. That's the picture of Godfrey. So Mirko, you had asked, this portrait right here, this is the portrait of Godfrey, or of Godfrey. Gosh damn, there's too many names that are so similar in this game. Of Godwyn. Is it Godwyn? Godric the Grafted, Godwyn the Golden, Godfrey the First Elden Lord. I'm sorry, this is the portrait of Godfrey the First Elden Lord. There it is. Jesus Christ. So many names that are so similar. Melania, Melina. It's ridiculous. All right, so we're essentially done with just about everything. We do have one more optional boss that we can go fight. We're gonna go do that right now. So if we go all the way back up here, and this is the Rampart Tower, Site of Grace. We might as well go ahead and sit down. I absolutely love this boss, by the way. I love this boss. Super happy that I get to go fight this boss. Could not be more happier. Get stabbed. I would like to not lose any health here on the way to the boss. Oh, there's actually another secret we have to go do as well. Jesus, every single one of them missed them. This is why I hate these fucking birds, man. They're broken. I'm gonna die to the bird. I hate them. I hate them. I absolutely hate these fucking birds, man. I think they had an idea when they were doing the birds, and the birds are just broken. I hate them. They're just like the dogs in other Dark Souls games. They whip your camera around in circles. They don't work. It does have knives for their feet. It does. Also, by the way, Annie, welcome in. How are you today? Nice to see you. So this whole castle is known. Oh my God, I hate these things, man. Thank you. Jesus. This whole castle is known for the ruler. The inhabitant of this castle is named Godric the Grafted. And the word grafting actually means, think of it like plants. You know, when you graft a plant to another plant or something like that. It's the same sort of thing. They're known for taking parts off of creatures or humans and attaching them to other things. Thank you. Thank you. I'm good. Finally done being sick. How's your day today? I am having a great day, actually. Having an awesome day. Thank you for asking. I'm glad you're feeling better, by the way. All right. I'd like to can we just get this guy to come after us? Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, come on, you little asshole. How does that miss? How does that miss? I don't understand it. I gotta pull the size of a human in my hand. All right. And they are, if you're gonna ask, the answer is yes, they are carrying around explosive barrels. I can't get a lock on them. Thank you. Bastard. Shithead. All right, after all that's done, if you come up here, climb up on the top, you can actually see that there's an area down below us. We're gonna go ahead and drop down. And if you proceed to drop down further, you can actually see, I know we did miss another thing too. It's over on the other side. I actually have to get up on top of the building. I think it's on this side is where the other drop down is. Yeah, right here. So if you come right here, you drop off the edge. You can get on the ledge here, work your way along the ledge, drop off. And here's, you can really tell how this does not look like it was something besieged in the tower. It looks like something's growing out of the tower rather than something hit the tower. But there is a marred wooden shield there. Let's read about this one. Marred wooden shield. This requires 8 strength in order to be able to wield and has a blood loss buildup of 50. It says a wooden shield of Stormvale soldiers. Much like the castle, it is marred by mottling and thorns. Some say that the curse, it says the same thing as the other shield essentially. Now the other shield is this a medium shield as well? They are both medium shields. So one's like a kite shield, one's like the oval shields. All right, drop further down. And then if we drop even further down, I actually can come close to the edge here. Where is it? Right over here. This will break and you fall all the way down and you don't take any damage. There is one of the teardrop scarabs for us to take care of. Oh no. And we get Ash of War, Storm Assault. Let's go over here and hide in a bush. I don't want you guys to see the optional boss. He's right behind us. Storm Assault. This should be easy to find. Storm Assault. There it is. Nailed it. This Ash of War grants an armament the quality affinity in the following skill. Storm Assault. One of the skills that channel the Tempest of Stormvale. leap forward through the surrounding storm winds and thrust your armament downward. The attack will produce more storm winds at the point of impact. Usable on pole arms capable of thrusting, heavy thrusting swords, and twin blades. So you can use this actually on halberds and this weapon that we're actually using right now. I swear these birds are a menace, and I'm only watching. I know it, right? Like, I get raging mad at them because of how many times they whip your camera around, they break your camera, and it looks like you're hitting them, but you're not because you can't get a steady view of them. You don't know how far they are away because they're always whipping in circles and shit. They drive me insane. But essentially, our optional boss is going to be straight ahead of us. We're just going to sneak up and kind of sneak by him. He's right there. Yes, that is a Crucible Knight. You are correct. That is a Crucible Knight. You know, that Crucible Knight. And now we have to fight him on the edge of a freaking cliff. And I can't fly like he can. So that's bullshit. Not super happy about this fight. We're probably going to draw him back and fight him in this area right here. It's more likely where we're going to fight him. Is there an item back here? No. I don't know why I thought there was an item back here. I know there's an item up here to the left of this door. Right over here. Oh, it's not an item. It's a Trina's Lily. I was wrong. Not an item. Well, technically a Trina's Lily, because they're exceedingly hard to find, is a... that would be a... what do you call it? An item pickup, I guess. So again, you see more of the cancerous sort of cyst looking deals. And here's why I don't... This is like one of the main reasons right here why I believe this to be the case. Because if these were impacts from a siege, what the fuck are they doing on the inside of the building? Also, they're not always pot marks. Some of them are almost like scratches or slashes. And why would this be on the inside of the building like that if they were being shot, like if a mortar or something or a ballista was being used, or if Radon had called down a star, the star wouldn't have hit the inside of the building without breaking the outside. And this is all intact. So this room right here screams to me that the process of the holes being made in the walls comes from the inside, not from the outside. All right, so this is essentially a shortcut. We're going to do this shortcut, and then we're going to go back down and fight the boss. And this shortcut, you guys will probably recognize it as soon as we get up here. This is the Rampart Tower again. So this is the final shortcut that you open up for the entire Stormvale Castle. We might as well just go ahead and sit down. Re-up all of our stuff. Then if we come back, we can take the elevator down. And what we'll do is, in case we die, we'll send the elevator back up. And then we'll just stay at the bottom. I'm not incredibly confident that we're gonna succeed in this fight, to be honest. Always look underneath the elevators too, just in case. All right, yeah, I'm not incredibly confident that we're gonna win this fight. Let's go with Rock Sling against this guy, because I do believe he's gonna be weak to more. There he is. To more these type of sorceries, because they do physical damage. All right. Well, that's not good. That's not a good start. No. I'm already dead. Drink. No! Son of a bitch, I hate this guy. Crucible Knights are so ridiculous to fight. Drink. God damn it. Every time. I'm dead. I can never get a drink in on these guys. We are doing good damage to him, though. Let's see if we can do some frost buildup on him, maybe. And he's into his second phase. That's awesome, which we love. Now he can use his tail whip a lot easier here too, because we're sort of stuck in a more close combat with him. I thought for sure we were getting it again. We just got a frost proc. Oh no. Jesus. That fucking tail. Here's our chance to heal right there. That was good. We're glad that he did that one. That tail is ridiculous. We got him. Nice. Nice. We got him first try. Eat shit, Crucible bastard. And the reward for it is going to be Aspect of the Crucible Horns. This requires 27 faith in order to be able to wield it. It costs 18 FP. Yeah, 18 FP. One of the ancient Erdtree incantations creates a mighty horn on the caster's shoulder to gore foes from a low stance. Charging allows the caster to barrel into foes before delivering the final attack. I've never used this, but that automatically just sounds like it's going to be fucking awesome. I kind of want to use it. It says, this is a manifestation of the Erdtree's primal vital energies, an aspect of primordial crucible where all life was once blended together. I kind of want to use that. It's like a bull charge. That's what it sounds like. And of course, he was standing over an item. This is going to be our last item for the rest of the castle. Well, technically not the last item of the rest of the castle, but one of 2 or 3 that are left in the castle. And it is a Somber Smith and Stone 2. I love the frost buildup that combined with the blood buildup on this weapon. It just makes it so powerful. Makes this weapon so much better than it actually is. All right, so now we can call for our elevator. Take this back up. Matter of fact, we don't even have to call for it. We can just fast travel. Let's go to the secluded cell. So secluded cell, this is our final. Essentially, we're going into the boss fight. You guys are about to meet this guy we've heard so much about. The ruler of Stormvale Castle, Godric the Grafted. What would you guys like for this fight? You guys want this in full screen, or do you guys want it in the mini screen like this? Like that, I mean. I'll let you guys decide first before we go into this. Do you want my head in the way or out of the way? Basically is more or less what it is. Goob says in the way. All right, full screen it is. Full screen it is. All right, you can see on the ground, we actually have a summon sign. And if you look at it, it's actually none other than Miss Lou, who we just met down in the cell a little while ago. Nefeli Lou can be summoned for this fight. We're going to go ahead and summon her because I feel like it fits. You got to do the, if you're going to go lore through, you got to include the lore. So Nefeli Lou, warrior. Let's call her in. She's going to be summoned in. This fight is actually insane. It's one of the cooler fights that you'll ever see in a video game. One of the most badass boss fights I've ever seen. Like, I adore this boss fight. So she's ready to rock. We're going to drink our potion, and I think we're going to probably go with Glintstone Pebble for right now. She's probably going to keep his attention. You know what? No, let's do Rock Sling more than likely. More than likely some Rock Sling. All right, let's just go ahead and go in. We'll drink our juice after. Actually, I don't even want to drink our juice. So I don't think we're going to have much of an issue with this fight.
Mighty dragon, thou the true-born heir. Lend me thy strength, O kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights.
6 fingers? Not weird at all.
Well.
Okay. Look like an extra arm there.
A lowly Tarnished.
Or 8. What the fuck?
Playing as a lord. I command thee, kneel!
All the glory.
I am the lord of all that is golden.
This dude's got like 14 arms, bro. I introduce to you Godric the Grafted. And she's putting in work there. And you see, he commands a lot of the storm attacks that we've been actually earning along the way here. We're out of blue juice. Let's drink this one. We'll go to Glintstone Pebble here for a minute. Watch what he's doing. He's cutting his arm off. He's cutting his own arm off.
Truest of dragons. Lend me thy strength.
He grafted a dragon head onto his arm.
Forefathers, one and all! Bear witness!
Yeah! For the love of God! How awesome is he as a boss? Oh, he got me with the fire. Let's drink some blue. Novelli's just in there doing work. Oh, we want to back up. It's kind of just like a shotgun blast. Nefelli died. We better drink. Is that not insane? Be dead, God!
I am the Lord of all that is golden, and one day we'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
Be dead, demigod! And we got a great rune, our first great rune. Is that not an awesome fucking boss fight right there? How cool is that? You don't want to get fingered by that guy, says Goops. Arthur, what up? How are you? Good to see you. That would be quite the fingering, said Murgo. Quite the fingering. Like, what an awesome fight that is, man. It's just such a cool fight. I love that one. He literally cuts his own arm off and then grafts a dragon head onto his arm. And proceeds to lose his fucking mind after. Like, it's so good. So at some point, he actually impaled a dragon. And he was apparently just sitting here waiting for you to show up. So that if a Tarnished ever did come to take his great rune, which we have right there and we're about to look at, he was prepared. He was prepared. So let's actually open up the, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's actually open up the inventory and look at it. Is it, I think that's a key item. Yeah, right here. Godric's Great Rune. A great rune of the shard bearer Godric, devoid of any benediction. Seek the divine tower of Limgrave, which stands beyond the great bridge from Stormvale Castle. So there's that. We don't really know what a great rune is yet, but we'll find out soon enough. And we also got the Remembrance of the Grafted. So remember, I told you, as you kill shard bearers and higher level bosses and the big bosses in the game, they're going to drop a remembrance, and essentially it's their soul, and you can use it to craft. So for this, I believe we can craft his axe, Godric's Godric's axe. I'm pretty sure. I watched a movie called Death Race 2000 yesterday, says Arthur Morgan. It was good. It was a good movie. I've never heard of it. Good to see you, Arthur. Fry Banshee, what up? How are you? Says that boss fight is awesome, but low key, I enjoyed Margit before this one. He destroyed me more. Absolutely. Well, I mean, it's sort of meant to be that way. If you follow along with the lore and you understand who you're fighting, we've already been told by Kenneth that that Godric is sort of a coward. And we know from what we've already read in a lot of the item descriptions that he's really a coward and not really worthy. He already lost to many of the other demigods. In fact, he's literally hiding here from demigods, and not only demigods, but us as Tarnished he's hiding from. Hence the reason that the first boss that you fight in the game is a grafted scion. It's because he knew that as a Tarnished, we were going to wake up there, and he placed that grafted scion there to stop a Tarnished from ever making it anywhere near the castle in the first place. It's like a preemptive strike. He already knew. So he's trying at all costs to not fight anything because he knows that he's not capable. And in fact, so much so he knows he's not capable that he's now begun grafting other and trying to take the power from other creatures to make himself better than what he is, because he knows he ain't shit already. So you can really see that it's if you pay attention to the lore, you already knew that this was going to kind of be an easy fight. And when you're talking about Margit, you're talking about one of the 3 sons of Radagon and Queen Marika herself. So these are demigods that are at the very root of that lineage. And Godric is actually kind of leftovers, if you want me to be, to put it bluntly. He's kind of leftovers. He's so far diluted in godhood that he almost doesn't deserve the rune that he has. And more than likely, we don't know where he got his rune, but more than likely it was passed down through to him over time. So he's kind of meant to be a pushover. He's not necessarily a pushover, but he's much easier to fight than Margit, because Margit is much more of a god than this one is. So yeah, super badass. We're gonna go ahead, we'll light this bonfire, and we're gonna go ahead and sit down. Screen should fade to black, and when we stand up, look who is ahead of us.
What a pathetic excuse for a lord you were. Craven to the bone.
Stepping on him.
Pushing me about like that. And after all that grafting, where did that get you? Look down on me, would ya? Godric, you filthy slug. Feel it. Feel it. Feel my bloody wrath.
Yeah. So it's Gostok, the guy that if you died in the castle would steal 30% of your runes. He over time becomes a merchant that you unlocked within the castle. And then here you find him at the end, essentially stomping on the remains of Godric the Grafted. And you know that he had some kind of personal relationship with him because he talks about how he looked down on him and everything and always treated him like garbage. Now, this is just fan theory, but the thought is that because of his animosity towards him and his need to be here at the end and stomp on him, it's suggested that this is actually Godric's son, one of Godric's sons. So yeah.
Oh, hello there. This weasel was Godric, was always looking down on me. He got what he bloody deserved thanks to you. I tell you though, what goes around comes around. He had an ugly heart, an uglier countenance, and met the ugliest of ends, eh?
We can still buy stuff from him. Of course, we already bought everything he has to offer. Later on in the game, you want to keep this guy alive. You don't want to kill him because later on in the game, he's actually going to sell you a few more things and one very important item that is very limited in the game. We're definitely going to want him alive for that.